If you rely on Social Security, whether it's SSI, SSDI, or regular SSA benefits, this update is for you. A confirmed $5,600 payment is set to hit accounts starting tomorrow, and there's a lot of confusion about who qualifies, when exactly the deposits will arrive, and what this means for future payments. You deserve real, verified information, not just rumors. For millions of Americans, these payments are a lifeline, helping cover essentials like rent, groceries, and medical bills. But with constant changes to Social Security programs, updates can be hard to track and misinformation spreads fast. That's why we're breaking everything down for you, fact by fact, straight from the latest government updates. In this video, we'll answer the most urgent questions. Who is getting the $5,600 payment? What time will the direct deposits be processed? Is this a one-time boost or part of a new benefit increase? How to check your payment status right now. There's no room for speculation here, just solid, real-time facts that directly impact your finances. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear, worry-free understanding of what's happening with your benefits and whether you should expect this deposit in your account. And most importantly, if you or someone you know depends on Social Security, you'll want to hear this straight from a trusted source before making any financial decisions. So, let's get into it. All right, let's get straight into it. First things first, this $5,600 payment is not a hoax, not a scam, and certainly not a mistake. If you've been hearing conflicting reports online, I understand the frustration. Every day, there seems to be new speculation about Social Security benefits, and it's hard to know what's real. But here's the good news. This payment is official, and deposits are already scheduled to begin hitting accounts tomorrow. Now, the biggest question on everyone's mind is, who exactly is eligible for this payment? Well, this isn't just for a small group of people. It's directly tied to Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and even some VA recipients, but with certain conditions. The government has rolled out this benefit to provide additional financial support, and if you meet the criteria, you're in line to receive it. But there's a catch. Not every single Social Security recipient will see $5,600 land in their bank account. This payment amount is based on specific qualifications, which I'll break down in just a moment. But before we dive into that, let's talk about when exactly you should expect to see this money. As of right now, the Treasury has confirmed that direct deposits will begin processing tomorrow morning. That means if you receive your Social Security or disability benefits through direct deposit, you could wake up and see the funds sitting in your bank account. However, some people may experience a delay of a few hours, or in some cases, up to a full business day, depending on their bank's processing times. If you typically receive paper checks, it may take a little longer. The official estimate is that most people will see their payments within 3 to 5 business days if they rely on mailed checks. Now, let's talk about why this payment is happening. Many of you have asked, is this a one-time bonus? Is it an increase to my monthly benefits? Or is this a completely separate type of payment? And the answer is a little complex. This payment is part of a larger financial relief initiative aimed at helping seniors and disabled individuals keep up with the rising cost of living. We all know how high inflation has been. It's affected everything from grocery prices to utility bills. And for those living on a fixed income, these price increases have been devastating. That's why lawmakers and financial experts have been pushing for extra financial relief. And this $5,600 payment is one of the direct responses to that need. But here's the thing, this is not a permanent benefit increase. It's a one-time financial boost designed to help offset current economic pressures. That means this payment does not replace your regular Social Security or disability checks. Instead, it's an additional deposit meant to provide temporary relief. But of course, that leads to another important question. Will there be more payments like this in the future? That's where things get interesting. Some lawmakers are already proposing additional rounds of relief payments for Social Security recipients, especially if inflation remains high. But nothing beyond this $5,600 payment has been confirmed yet. That's why it's so important to stay informed and keep an eye on the latest government updates, because the moment any new benefits are announced, you want to be first in line to receive them. Now, let's circle back to who exactly qualifies for this payment. The first and most obvious group is those receiving Social Security retirement benefits. If you're currently collecting your monthly Social Security check, you're likely eligible, but there are income limits involved. This payment is targeted toward those in the low to moderate income range, so if you have a higher total income, including pensions or other investments, you may not receive the full amount. For those on SSI and SSDI, the qualifications are slightly different. Since these programs are specifically designed for low-income individuals and those with disabilities, most SSI and SSDI recipients will automatically qualify for this payment. However, if you're receiving benefits on behalf of a dependent or through a spousal benefit program, the amount you receive may be adjusted. And here's another group that's being included: certain VA beneficiaries. If you're receiving veterans benefits and also meet the income and eligibility requirements, you may see this deposit in your account as well. However, not every VA recipient qualifies, so it's important to double check with the Social Security Administration or the VA if you're unsure. Now, let's talk about the actual process of checking your payment status. If you're wondering whether you're on the list to receive this payment, there's a simple way to find out. The easiest method is by logging into your My Social Security account online. The government has already started updating records, and many people can already see a pending deposit scheduled for tomorrow. If you don't see it yet, don't panic. Some updates are still rolling out, and as I mentioned earlier, processing times vary depending on your bank or financial institution. Another option is to call the Social Security Administration directly. If you're unable to check online or need additional clarification, their representatives can provide real-time updates on your payment status. However, be prepared for longer wait times, as their phone lines tend to be extremely busy whenever major payments like this are announced. Now, I know many of you might be wondering, what if I don't receive my payment on time? That's a valid concern, and there are a few steps you can take. First, if you're on direct deposit, give it at least 24 to 48 hours before assuming there's an issue. Banks sometimes experience delays, especially when processing large batches of government payments. If your payment still hasn't arrived after that time, then you should contact the SSA or your financial institution to investigate. If you're receiving a paper check and it hasn't arrived within a week, you'll need to request a payment trace. The SSA can initiate a trace to see if the check was lost, delayed, or possibly misdelivered. But keep in mind, these investigations take time, so it's always best to opt for direct deposit whenever possible to avoid unnecessary delays. Alright, let's recap everything before we wrap up. The $5,600 Social Security payment is officially confirmed and set to start hitting accounts tomorrow. Most SSI, SSDI, SSA, and VA recipients will qualify, but some income restrictions do apply. If you're eligible, your direct deposit should arrive within the next 24 to 48 hours, while paper checks may take a bit longer. Make sure to check your My Social Security account for updates, and if there are any issues, don't hesitate to contact the SSA directly. Most importantly, stay informed and stay safe. With so much misinformation out there, it's critical to get your updates from trusted sources, not random posts or misleading headlines. And if you found this information helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, because I'll be keeping you updated on every important change to Social Security, benefits, and financial relief programs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next update.